I really love rings. The people that were kind of inspiring me with that was Rihanna and Beyonce. I love how they stacked their rings. I love how they always got an abundance of rings. It just looks hella rich. I'm just trying to look hella rich. So like Rihanna and Beyonce and the way they kind of wear accessories was one of the two people that kind of made me feel like, okay, I want to do something like that. Just like your flair and the way you are. And just like, and that's why I named, the piece like Anita, because of the particular structure and the style, like one of a kind, you know what I mean? Like you were just in your own lane, standing tall, doing your own damn thing. Do you know what I mean? Aww. So for me, it was like really important that I kind of really showcase some of my friends do my pieces, and just kind of it's like a nod to like celebrating Black women, celebrating our excellence, celebrating our amazingness. And I feel like sometimes we don't do that enough, but I'm seeing it much, much more now. I was like, okay, these look sick. Like I like it. But there is also the issue that a lot of people are faced where you can get a sample, and then when you get like your inventory, what they give you and what you get are two different things.
So, Nina, you recently started your beautiful jewelry line, NIxNA Jewellery. What inspired you to create your own brand, and why did you pick jewelry specifically?
So, for me, I think what kind of really catapulted the whole jewelry journey. So it started like before we went to Catherine's graduation.
Okay.
So in the early spring 2018, I was really trying to experiment with jewelry pieces. And I want someone that when I go out, when I dress up, I'm trying to come through with a look. I'm trying to serve a moment. I felt like there was something lacking. And also I didn't know what pieces of jewelry really suited me or what I kind of liked. And at that time, I was also I think I was more of a tomboy. So I felt like, certain things wouldn't suit me or wouldn't look nice on me or my face structure. So I kind of went on this journey of trying to figure out, okay, pieces that I like or pieces that I felt like would suit my character or my kind of like flair.
Yeah.
So when I went to Catherine's graduation, I kind of started off with rings first.
Okay.
So those were the things that I was kind of looking for because I felt like I really love rings. The people that were kind of inspiring me with that was Rihanna and Beyonce. I love how they stacked their rings. I love how they always got an abundance of rings. It just looks hella rich. I'm just trying to look hella rich. So like Rihanna and Beyonce and the way they kind of wear accessories was one of the two people that kind of made me feel like, okay, I want to do something like that, have like a collection like that that's really, really sick, effortless. And so that's kind of what started my journey of like really like trying to source pieces, find manufacturers, figure out what is me. And also I felt like there were a lot of pieces that are out there that were quite like dainty or like, I don't know how to describe it. It's quite dainty, quite easy pieces. I'm someone that I like to do the most sometimes.
And it's bold.
Do the most sometimes. I feel like I couldn't find anything out there that was really like me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what kind of made me kind of go through some of the pieces. Like when you look at the collections, especially, there are some loud pieces, some bold pieces out there. And I feel like that's a reflection of who I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was mainly like that moment. And I think everyone was kind of like, oh, I like your rings, or I like your earrings.
I think I remember people saying that to you, like your rings, your
rings. Yeah, your rings. And I was just like, that was when I was trying it out. So when people were saying that, I was like, oh, okay, then let me see where this goes. But it was like a long process of like discovery and trying to figure out what I liked and didn't like. And then to get to this point, essentially. Yeah.
Facts. I love that, Nina. And it's true. You can't just like find something on Tuesday and put it out on Saturday night. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
You've got a trial and error. See if people are naturally complimenting it before you can like, oh, well, these are mine, by the way. I love that energy.
Exactly.
For those that are inspired and want to start their own line, how do you go about getting the materials, and what advice would you give to upcoming jewelry makers who are looking at you like, girl?
So what I would say is, for me, I am so big on like ensuring that the integrity of the product that I get for like as a sample is the same that my customer's gonna get.
Yeah.
So what I started off this whole journey during like lockdown period, and so everything was like online, everything was on email, and my supplier is in Asia. So when I first started sourcing a supplier, and I found one like in India, and I was kind of like trying to figure out, okay, what are the pieces that we can make? What are the pieces that you have? and can you send me some samples so I can have a look? So when we were obviously going through the details of what they had and what I wanted, I was looking for, they were able to kind of produce them and manufacture that and send that over to me. I was like, okay, these look sick, like I like it. But there is also the issue that a lot of people are faced where you can get a sample and then when you get like your inventory, what they give you and what you get are two different things. And I was like, I don't want to put out trash.
Facts.
Like, I have a lot of respect for myself and I didn't want to disgrace my name.
I'm done.
So for me, I'm very big on if someone is taking the time and the care and spending their hard-earned money on me, it is imperative that I follow through from beginning to end of what I give them, and the quality of what I give them kind of stands true. Yeah. I think it's difficult. I think with me being like new into this whole jewelry industry, like making sure that it's like the gold plating, looking at the how they're plating it, double checking certain things, making sure that it doesn't fade, making sure it's hypoallergenic so it doesn't like some people get reaction from certain materials.
I think I do.
So it's just making sure that, okay, if you're saying that these materials are going to do all these things, you're saying that it's like 18 gold plated, 18K gold plated, 14K, making sure that the materials were actually like true and real what they said they was, making sure I'm checking certifications. It's like a bunch of stuff. Like, you have to do the work, you have to do the research, you have to do the checking, and that's essentially where the bulk of the work is. Like when you put your product out there, that's great, but it's about the bulk of doing those checks, following through, because yes, someone can tell you something, but then at the end of the day, when you get there, it's not the case, and it's your name and it's your brand, and no one's gonna go and say, where's your supplier, I'm mad at your supplier, where's your
coming for you
and then they want their coin back. So it's so important that, you know, as young, and obviously a lot of businesses who are small, and if you're a Black business, you know, you might not have the resources, or you might not have the team or the workforce. So it's important that you kind of put in that work. It might be long hours in the evening, talking to people, emailing people, checking, but you have to put in the work. You have to, because I'm so proud now that when people get my stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, the quality is like better than what I expected it to be. Or like, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Or when you get those compliments, you're like, oh my God, all that checking, all that like research was worth it. Because now you're like, I can sleep at night. Like my biggest fear is someone having like some sort of allergic reaction or just something mad happening. So like for me, I'm very big on like checking stuff and making sure that things are like as I say they are. Do you know what I mean?
Love that, and true. And that's some good energy and good karma that you want coming back. One, we've all seen those memes of them eBay items on Instagram. It's like what you ordered versus what you get. I've seen a face mask that came up to the size of a girl's nose. We've all seen it. And you don't want returns. So trust me, we appreciate your hard work, Nina, and it's looking fantastic.
Thank you.
So what would you say is the most challenging part of starting a new brand, and what do you most enjoy and makes you the most happy about it?
You know what it is? The challenging part, I would say, I think the challenging part, I think that I enjoy the most are the same thing. So the process, so the discovery process, the designs, picking certain pieces that are a reflection of what I want my collection to be or my brand to be, like packaging, all of those things, like all the printing and the cards, all those like inserts and all like details I add when I do my packaging. I think those were the things that were challenging, but they're also the things that were so exciting. Because when you get your first sample, you get your first like packaging or your box and stuff like that, you're like, oh, this is real. Like, this is my brand. Like, I felt like it's one thing when I see people wearing it, and I see people that actually compliment it and enjoy wearing my pieces. But it's another thing, like when you actually see it in front of you, you're like, oh, I've done this, I've created this, and I actually follow through, because I'm so much hard on myself. And in the beginning, like I had been sitting on this brand for like a year and a half, and I was literally like, oh, you know, if I don't put it out there, no one's gonna know that I had it anyway. And my sister was like, no. So she was the one that actually posted like NIxNA Jewellery coming soon. Like I didn't do it. And I was just like, oh crap, I actually have to follow through now. I actually have to sell products, because I've told the world that I have something coming. So so I want people where I nitpick a little details, like my logo. I'm like, oh, I could change this and make this look like that, or the packaging, or like certain pieces or pieces that I wanted to be in the final collection. Like you can constantly nitpick at small things, but like it's never going to be 100% perfect. But like you also have to like let go and trust, like, okay, I've done my best, and just like give it to the world and let the world kind of judge for itself what they kind of think of your product. And so far it's been really positive. So yeah,
I love that. And yeah, your packaging is literally top tier. And I got that in the mail. I was like, excuse me, because I got some H.M. Samuels or something. It's fantastic, Nina. You can tell like the arduous process, all the hard work, it shows in your product. It wasn't some willy-nilly flung together package. And I was just like, it's fire. So I'll give you that. You're welcome. If you could go back to the beginning of creating your line, is there anything you would tell yourself from the start?
Trust your gut, like trust yourself. Like you got this. Because in the beginning, there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of like, I don't know if anyone's gonna get my line. I'm not sure if anyone's gonna get what I'm trying to give to the world. And a lot of the pieces are a reflection of who I am. And some people might be like, Nina's a mess. So like, I was so nervous that people wouldn't like resonate with like my style and my pieces. And now that so many people have it, so many people have seen it, they're like, oh, these are actually really, really dope. Like now, I think now, because of this whole process and everything I've gone through with this line, I trust my gut more. I trust myself more. And I think before I was kind of like, I wasn't someone that kind of doubted myself all the time, but when it came to like making a decision and going for certain things, I kind of hold back. Now I don't hold back too much, because now putting this line out has proven to me that I can do certain things and I can do whatever I kind of put my mind to, what I focus on. So yeah, I think I would tell myself like, you know what, like if you got a new piece and you're not too sure about it, put it out there, try it out. And also I interact a lot more with my followers. So asking people, what do you think of this? Or do you want it in another color, or like another material, like so on and so forth. I kind of put it out there. And when you get the feedback from people and people actually respond, you're like, oh, people actually engaging, people actually want to know, people actually care. Because in the beginning, I'm like, ain't nobody gonna care about this. I'm done. But now it's like, oh, I wish I pushed myself. I wish I pushed myself more and did this earlier. But yeah, I mean, I'm still happy with like what I've done, and like I've actually kind of followed through, because girl, I very nearly didn't put this out. You have to. You got to believe in yourself. And what you just said was so powerful with that. You just start with a little flick and the momentum, it keeps going. Absolutely. And as it goes, you just keep believing yourself. Yes, it's true. It's true. And you get good feedback, you know. You got this, Nina. You got this. On to my next question. Influencers and models such as Weng Chuo and Mela Child, who I love on YouTube, have been seen flaunting your pieces. How did you get your items into the hands of these queens? And what does it like feel like to have them support you? It's madness. So for Weng, so basically I never really thought about styling and looked at or even thought about the idea of like styling people. So Haruna, he is a model. He actually went to our school. He was in my brother's year. And he's been in Vogue. What? He's done the damn thing. And because he's always around models, he's always a lot around our brands. He's always doing shoots and projects, and he was just like, he approached me, he's like, have you ever thought about like doing, you know, styling? And I was like, no, not really, I don't even know how to get into it. And he's like, oh, I can help you out, you know, I'm always around these kind of brands, these people, so I can definitely like recommend. And he was literally the person that kind of pulled my pieces and be like, I know this brand, I know this young girl, she's doing this, like he was basically putting my pieces in front of people that I could not even imagine. Wow. And also another thing is that because sometimes my pieces, you can get pulled for a shoot, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make the final cut. Exactly. So another video, a music video that my pieces were pulled, that was Justine Sky's music video. What? Her latest video she came out with, but it didn't make the final cut. But this is like, these are the people that he was kind of around. I was like, oh damn, like he's really putting my brand out there. And then because of that, I get so many different people that come to me and ask me, oh, do you do styling? Can you pull your stuff? And I was like, oh wow, like because of him kind of pushing my brand and getting it in front of people, it's now led to like other people coming and reaching out and like wanting my pieces. And it's crazy to me that people would actually like want to actually put my pieces on like supermodels or like influencers or whatever. It's like madness to me. So when I see it, I'm like falling to the ground. I'm like, dear. Yes. Like this is me. This is my work. That's it's crazy. So I'm just like, so what, when I was talking to you about like what you're doing, and I'm like, to you, it's just like, what? People are actually like reaching out and trying to like holler at me to do an interview. It's the same thing for me. I'm just like, what? People actually like my stuff? Madness.
It's incredible, Nina, man. And I so much love the names that you have for your pieces. And of course, the piece you named after me, Anita, which I'm wearing today. What inspired you to name pieces after some of your closest friends?
You know what it is? I am surrounded by phenomenal Black women. I've grown up around phenomenal Black women. I just wanted to pay homage to those women. And I feel like I wouldn't be who I am now. Like if I just for a second I kind of exclude my family, for like the friends and the people I have around me, like just like your flair and the way you are, and just like, and that's why I named, you know, the piece like Anita, because of this, the particular structure and the style, like one of a kind, you know what I mean? Like you were just in your own lane, standing tall, doing your own damn thing. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it was like really important that I kind of really showcase some of my friends through my pieces, and just kind of gave, it's like a nod to like celebrating Black women, celebrating our excellence, celebrating our amazingness. And I feel like sometimes we don't do that enough, but I'm seeing it much more now. So yeah, I feel like I couldn't come out the gates and not like kind of big up all the people that kind of got me to that particular stage. And like everyone's kind of contributed in some small way to getting me here. So it's important that I kind of really kind of let the world know, like, yeah, this is Anita, but she's fire, and that's Shayla, and she's a rich ass chick, and this is like Catherine. Like it was important that I kind of did that. And yeah, like, I love the names. I'm happy that you love the names, girl.
Listen, that was like the nicest thing that anybody's ever done for me. Nina, I was like, my dates from now on, listen, you better be coming with some energy, because if my friends are doing this, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wearing on holiday and all sorts.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Neen.
No, thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Seriously, amazing. Who else would you love to see wearing your jewelry pieces? Have you got like one icon in mind?
I would say, because I feel like I have a few people that I would love to see in my pieces, but if I was to have like one person, like if I had like Rihanna, I'd die. Yeah.
She's fire.
She's just like her style, her looks, her fashion, everything. Like her
and it's
energy.
the confidence.
It's just the confidence. Like she's just unapologetic.
Yes.
Like that's what I love about her.
Yeah.
And I feel like my jewelry and like my line is just about like doing what you want to do, wearing what you want to wear. Just like there's no such thing as wearing too much. There's no such thing as doing too much. And like when I was like, I'm someone that's always like doing the most and do too much. And I always sometimes felt like I had to kind of like reel it down.
Fit into certain spaces.
Right. And I felt like this is one way of me expressing myself and just being like, I want to wear this. I want to express myself like this. And I'm not going to hold back because you may feel like, oh, she's doing too much or she's loud. Like,
that's it. You level up. You see me. Let me inspire you to level up.
So that's what it's all about. So when I see like Rihanna and she's wearing certain things that she's just like, I'm comfortable with my body, I'm comfortable with myself, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm like, yeah, I need, So that's one person. A real queen. How would you describe your collections, and how many do you have so far? I have 2 collections. I have more coming up. I have one that's coming up in the summer, and that was essentially or meant to be what my second collection is. Yeah. But because of COVID and everything, I kind of pushed that one back. So the Kefi collection that came out recently, it's just about kind of finding your happiness, finding your peace. I think during such a difficult time, I was kind of trying to get people to kind of find their Kefi, find their joy. And it could be little things. It could be like for me, like wake up in the morning having a coffee before I start my day. It's like that little joy, that little excitement that I have, or like going for a walk. And for me, like kind of wearing pieces that I can still wear at home and not feel like it was a bit like loud. Like some of my pieces, like Shayla, for example, was probably a bit too big to be logging onto a work call. But if I wore like a small hoop, a chain or some rings, it was fine. It's like my little bit of like my happiness and my joy was back because I can still enjoy my pieces even during like lockdown and staying at home. And I wanted everyone to kind of find that piece that you can wear and kind of like get a little pep in their step, give them a little excitement in their day. Do you know what I mean? Feel like they could dress up and still kind of show up to work and still be themselves. That was the Kefi collection. And then there was the Black Girl Magic collection, which was all the Black females that kind of had inspired me. And yet all my close friends, and those are the 2 main collections that will come out. so far, but I have another one that's coming out in the summer, and that's much more bold.
Ooh.
Like different shapes, larger pieces. And I think also I don't see a lot of like large pieces for this particular price point. So I'm excited to kind of put that out. And also with summer coming out, I'm ready to be outside with those pieces. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, when the sun comes out, when I'm on holiday and I'm in my new pieces, yeah.
And the light is hitting. Listen. I am so done. It's gonna be sick, Nina. So what is next for NIxNA Jewellery, and what is the ultimate dream for your business?
Ooh, so I'm really looking at like launching in Ghana.
Ooh.
Like I really want to have it stocked somewhere in Ghana. Like I go to Ghana quite often. I'm from Ghana. But I go there quite often. I'm trying to kind of figure out like what's next. I really want to kind of establish myself there. Yeah. So I'm always kind of like trying to figure out and scope out who like my competitors are, what they're doing. If there's like space for me to kind of fit into this like industry within this kind of like geographic location. Understand what people are looking for in Ghana as well. And then obviously, hopefully, kind of find a base there and kind of really have like a home in Ghana, so like here and Ghana. But also I want to potentially like have it sold in like a big retailer. So right now it's sold only through my sites. But I'm looking to see if I can get it in a Selfridges somewhere or get it in a Harvey Nick or somewhere. So yeah, so I'm just trying to like continue to build my brand, continue to build my pieces, my collection, and ensure that every time I'm going forward, the quality is getting better, the pieces are getting more like innovative, more like just different, something that you haven't seen before, and then hopefully kind of work my way into those retailers at some point. But that's like my end kind of goal in terms of like what I want for like this particular jewelry brand.
Right, I love it. I see it, and the world is your oyster.
Yes.
So Nina, with that said, with your stunning line that accentuates any outfit and makes you feel like a true goddess, you continue to release gems. What does it mean to you to truly give your all or nothing?
Ooh. Honestly, I don't really say this about myself, but I'm truly proud of myself. Like I don't really like I was shocked that I followed through on this. Like to truly like go out there and just like push yourself and to believe in yourself. Like it's a moment where I kind of like I'm humbled, but at the same time very proud. I'm like, wow, like I've actually done this. Because there's a point in time where I was just like doubting myself, like constantly nitpicking, trying to be perfect. Like I would tell anybody that's kind of doing this, like make sure you kind of just like go for it. Like you never know, like people feel like, oh, there's too many people out there who are doing the same thing, or there are people doing similar things, or why would my line work? Like I feel like it's so important for people to like know and understand that people need your gifts. Like the world needs your gifts. The world needs your contribution. Like the only thing the world will lose is the gift that you have to share. Like, and I feel like it's important for you to share it, whether it goes left or right. You always learn from it. But I think it's important for us to kind of like throw out our gifts, throw out our ideas, and our creativity. And you can always learn and adapt and grow from it. But that's the only thing the world loses out on. And I don't think it's fair for people to kind of hold that to themselves. If you have a gift, you have an idea, if you have like a thought, anything, I think it's important that you kind of throw it out there, because you never know, it could go viral, it could change the way people think. Like it's important that we just don't hold back. I think now I don't hold back so much. I think it's all about kind of pushing through and just like kind of like, pushing myself, motivating myself. I get up in the morning, sometimes I'm tired, but I'm like, you know what, we've come this far, keep it going. People want to see more, and people are always DMing me like, do you have any more of this? Do you have any more of that? Like, what's coming next? And that's like, that gives me the momentum to keep going. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, am I in the right direction? Like, give it your all, because people want it, and it could be one person, and that one person will be 2, it'll be 5, it'll be 10, it'll be 100. So give it your all. Doesn't matter if anybody doesn't get it, people will get it after. in a while. Yeah.
Love that, Nina. It's so important, and that advice is just incredible, you know. And it's true, everything starts off small. You don't start off with 1 million followers or 1 million people buying your company, but in order to get that, you need to have the first one.
Absolutely.
I love that advice. And it's true. Where would like Rihanna, she started her Fenty makeup and the Fenty skin. There's 1 million makeup companies, but look at hers now, worth $1 billion, because we all flock to her and we love her business.
And she changed the game. She changed the game. She changed the beauty industry, and now people are trying to do what she's doing.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm saying don't hold back. You never know, you can change so much. So yeah.
And there was one quote I heard, and it always really made me like put things into perspective. That's something I think my brother said ages ago, and it was like, your gravesite is the richest place in the world because it's full of people with dreams and ambitions and ideas that they never put into place. Absolutely. And it's crazy. It's true. Absolutely. So many people, they just pass away with their ideas, not offering it to to the world, not knowing that could be their legacy, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
Crazy. So we got to do what we got to do, Nina, and follow our passions and our hearts.
Absolutely.
Love that energy, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be on this platform because you are doing everything. And so I am so happy that you even reached out to me, even thought of me. And honestly, I wish you so much more success. Keep pushing through, keep doing you. Like, no one is you. Remember that. You are you, and only one of you. So no one is you. Keep doing that thing.
Yes, thank you, Nina. And the same goes right back to you. I'm so proud of you. I love your pieces. Can't wait to get some more. I'm shining on my holidays. And yeah, love and life, good energy always.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.